A little bit of prep can create the best behavior and engagement of the year that you will see all year. I am telling you. Welcome to One Tired Teacher. I'm Trina Debery. This is episode 292, and we are focused on permission and relief. And you don't need to sacrifice yourself to finish the year well. But I'm going to tell you how it can be so much easier. Hope you stick around.
Welcome to One Tired Teacher. And even though she may need a nap, this teacher is ready to wake up and speak her truth about the trials and treasures of teaching. Here she is, wide awake. Wait, she's not asleep right now, is she? She is awake, right? Okay. From Trina Debery Teaching and Learning, your host, Trina Debery.
Hey, so today we are in late April. Like we are easing our way into May. Like next week is May. So by late April, students can crave movement, creativity, collaboration, all the things that I feel like we didn't get a chance to get to because we were preparing for testing or we were focused on getting all of our content covered, or in some schools, this drives me insane, we are focused on teaching next year's curriculum to this year's class. Let me just go on a tangent for a second because that drives me crazy. I can remember my principals like, we're going to focus on third grade standards and second grade at the end. We're going to spend like a month on third grade. And I'm like, what in the heck? Like, why? Why are we doing that? We are teaching second grade. We are teaching whatever grade you're teaching. And I want to make sure that they understand all the things from second grade so that they're ready to go on to third grade. I'm not going to start teaching third grade when they're still understanding second grade. There's plenty of time for third grade in third grade, but everything keeps scooching back. Like we're like, okay, now kindergarten. I just found this out recently in my district. It used to be that they had to be able to write one complete sentence, like a caption to an illustration. And then it was like they had to write like sentences. And now it's like, what is it? 5 to 6 sentences in a paragraph, several paragraphs. It's just become insane. This is another thing. Like I notice it from the top level too in the high school, where what I took when I was in high school long ago, I took my first year, my freshman year, I took pre-algebra. And then I took geometry, and then I took algebra 1, and then I took algebra 2. And there you go. But now you're taking pre-algebra in 6th grade. You're doing algebra in 7th grade. It's insanity. Why are we rushing? Why? And like, there's a part of me that says, okay, if all of a sudden one day we had a group of doctors decide that kids should all be walking at 6 months, just because you think they should be walking at 6 months doesn't mean they're going to walk at 6 months. So that's how I feel about this. Just because you want them to write multiple paragraph essay in kindergarten doesn't mean they're going to be able to do that. Oh, gosh. Sorry. Doesn't mean they're going to be able to do that. And that just absolutely drives me insane. So let me get on the right tangent here because you're probably like, okay, I know, I understand. So how can we do some of the fun things that we want to do or some of the creative things and some of the movement things that a lot of kids need, as well as work in some collaboration? That's where we focus on themed STEM. Themed STEM that are different themes. This is when it shines. That themed STEM works because it gives kids a problem to solve, materials to build with, teamwork opportunities, and curiosity. All those beautiful things. It's like all of the 4 C's, but I like to add a 5th C, which is curiosity. So we've got collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking, and curiosity. such a beautiful moment. It channels this spring energy into purposeful learning. It ties these 5 C's together. It brings about such a community, such a totally different vibe than what we feel like we have to do on a day-to-day basis. If it would make the end of the year a little more fun for your class, I also have some themed STEM. I have, just like I did for some of my end of the year units, which I talked about last week about doing theme weeks, I do have camp themed STEM. I have superhero themed STEM, which is all around like challenges that have to do with being a superhero. Kids love it. And the same thing with a camp, all that has to do with being on a campground or in a campsite. And it's all different things, problems that we would come across, and figuring out, letting kids work through the engineering design process, which is to ask questions about it, ask questions about the challenge, imagine solutions, brainstorm solutions, like kind of jot it down, like plan it out, then build. And you don't have to do this all in one period. It could be like separated into different times. Maybe the first thing you do is ask questions about the problem. And then the next day you come back and you say, okay, let's imagine solutions. Let's brainstorm. So the imagine and brainstorm could be an activity. And then the next day you do the build. You're like, all right, we're going to put our planned out solutions, we're going to build them. And you're using simple materials, things like cardboard, Play-Doh, just Play-Doh is work. Or if you don't have Play-Doh and you have clay, that classroom clay, that's totally fine too. Popsicle sticks, pipe cleaners, construction paper, tape. Doesn't have to be anything massive. Trash. It can be something simple. And then you have them do that. Then you have them test them out. And they might not even do it that day. The next day they might come and test it out. And when they determine if it actually works, or if they have to revise, you definitely want to allow them to revise and reflect, because we want them to see that sometimes when we're struggling, it's safe. We struggle, and that leads us to a different solution. Struggling and failure are part of learning. And this is a safe way to do it, instead of how they feel when they're failing on a test. When they're failing in a STEM challenge, it gives them the grit, the resilience to keep going, which we are hoping is going to flow into testing as well. So this can be such a powerful experience, and it doesn't have to be all in one day. We can separate it into different days. And I just love the idea of themed STEM. I also have like themed STEM based on all the 5 C's. I have like STEM challenges based on collaboration that focus on 10 different collaboration books. And I have another 10 on creativity that focus on books about creativity. And then I have another 10 on community and 10 on critical thinking and curiosity, and the list goes on. So I have a lot of themed STEM because I think it can be really powerful. So, all right, that's what the thing that I want you to remember. Small moments, joyful moments, community, joy and learning can absolutely happen at the same time. Okay, just want to remind you, my April freebie, this is the last week. So if you want to grab it and it makes life a little easier for you, let's say you're going to do some camp themed STEM now that you're thinking about it. Also, you can grab those in my shop, Trina Debery Teaching and Learning, but you're going to do a little bit of camp themed STEM. Maybe you want to give camp themed awards, and it makes the year a little more fun for your class. I have some editable camp classroom awards that I'm giving to you for free. You can grab them for free and you can use them if it fits. And if not, no problem. Students, what happens for students, they experience recognition for their unique strengths, laughter and celebration, positive classroom memories, and a sense of belonging and community. You can grab them at trinadeberyteachingandlearning.com/camp Camp awards, all one word. I just scooched them together. Camp awards. Small moments like this often become the memories that students carry with them long after the school year ends. Okay, my friend, you are getting there. You're almost there. Remember, you don't have to carry the entire year of school on your shoulders to finish strong. You're allowed to laugh with your students, to enjoy time with your students, and you're also allowed to get work done at work. Teachers deserve happiness too. I've been saying this all month. I hope that's finally resonating. Next week, we are moving into May and all the hustle and bustle of the end of the year, but we're also going to focus on shutting down our classrooms, being ready for the next year. That kind of leaves us in that, okay, I can take a break over the summer. And we're even going to talk about some best book recommendations for the summer, whether you are creating a list of books for kids to read or you're creating a list of books for yourself to read. All right, I'll see you then. Until next time, sweet dreams and sleep tight.